Welcome back to the channel. It's Blue Oval Dude here. We are just getting back to things. Just a few parts have finally come in so we can proceed with the project here. To start with, I have decided that I was going to go ahead and change the cam bearings in this engine because for one reason I didn't feel like I could clean the block very well with all the work that I had done. I didn't want something to get stuck in there. Number two, I want to switch from a standard cam bearing, standard center high performance cam bearing, I guess, in order to switch to a coated. So I'm going to be putting coated cam bearings in this engine. We got that right here. It's a Durabond. There's a part number for it, FP-18T. So that's going to be 302, 351. And also we got our adjustable guide plates from Comp, so that we can use those in conjunction with our new rockers that are coming. They are not here yet. They promised me they would have them here before the new year anyway. So hopefully that does happen, so we can get everything back together, get it back on the dyno, and get it to where it belongs. So if you haven't seen what those look like, that's what they come looking like. And then they just go together and they adjust. Here, give you a closer look if you're not familiar with these. So that's one half of the guide plate. There's the other half of the guide plate. So they fit together. And then they can be adjusted wherever you need them to. So we'll be using that with my new rockers that are going to be 210. I decided on 210 thousandths offset on them. When I was ordering them, they make them to whatever specs you want. And on a standard 7/16 rocker, a stud rocker, they can do up to 250 thousandths offset. And if you want more than that, you have to go with a bolt down rocker. So also, I decided to go ahead and get myself a master camshaft bearing tool. So that I can just go ahead and do that right here in my garage instead of having to go somewhere else or having a machine shop do it. I'll tell you guys what, machine shop right now, machine shop prices are $80 to $100 to put cam bearings in. This tool right here, this is 150 bucks. This is actually pretty decent. From looking at it, it doesn't look too bad. So this is a part number. I'll put links in the description, guys, so you guys can look at that if you want to look at any of this stuff. How about that? Maybe some other stuff I'll throw in there, other bearings and stuff that I have here, and just in case I want to use them. So here's what it looks like when you open it up. And I will just go over, if you've never used one of these tools, I'll just go over how to use it and how to do it. And we'll just go over that and show you guys how to do it here. So just hold on one sec. Alright, so back to it here. So right here we have our driver, and that's what we'll be driving them out and driving them in with. And right here we have the different size expanding drivers for the different size cam bearings, and they're all adjustable. So they'll fit all kinds of different sizes and all kinds of different motors. I mean, if you do this 2 times, this thing is already paid for. So if you're going to do this a little bit, I don't know, it's not a bad idea to have one of these. So basically you want to take your small expander, your adjuster, and then you want to use the correct size die that you need. And for mine, I know that it's this here one. It's number 3. And you want to take right here this large washer off, so you can look at these dividers in here where it expands. So you want to match these up when you put it on. And as you can see, it should fit right down into here perfectly when you put it together the correct way. So just go ahead and put it in there. Just kind of work it around a little bit. And try and line that up. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just try and line it up pretty good. And then you can go ahead and put this on. I just take this off so you can actually see that you're centering it with the inside die pretty well. And then you can put that back together and take a big driver. Oh, I'm sorry. Take your cone first. My bad. Take your cone first and slide it on. And then put on your adapter onto your driver. All right. There it is. So let's get to work. All right. So we've got our driver assembled. And then all we need is a good old sledgehammer. So I've already got the rear one taken out of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next one. I've already taken the in plug out of this, as you can see. So you can just go ahead and put this into here and then start screwing it down. Get it nice and tightened down. And then you can put your cone here so that it's nice and centered, so that you're tacking it out perfectly. And start grabbing it out. Oops. Yeah, you can see it good yet. There it is. Easy as pie, right? And then loosen that baby up. And there it is. There's that cam bearing. Nothing to it, right? Yeah, so these guys, you can knock this out probably 15 minutes if you wanted. If you're familiar with the process and everything. And they charge you $100 for it. So I'll just do another one. Just slide her through. It's already set up. Put it all the way in so it matches up. Tighten it down. Tighten down that collar. Alright. Should be good enough. And then just hold our centering cone in there. Driving it out. And remember to pay attention to where the holes are at. In a small block Ford and most engines, I believe, it is not quite centered, but it's close to it, where that hole goes. So keep that in mind when you're taking them out, that these four only have one hole. They only have one hole. And the front one, that one has two holes. So keep in mind where they are so you can put them back in how they're supposed to go if you're not familiar with it. So there we go. And we're just going to have to reverse the process to put the new ones in. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this block like a man possessed. Then I'm going to put those new cam bearings in, clean it again to make sure I don't have anything inside of here that's going to destroy this thing after I put it together. I don't want any little pieces of dirt or metal going to be rolling around in the bearings and tearing stuff up. So I'm not going to show doing that, obviously. So I'm just going to let you know. I'm going to drive these out. I'm going to clean this thing like crazy. And then I'll show you guys how to drive the new ones in, how to put them in. your clocking position. So we'll go over that in just a minute. All right, guys. So here we are. We've done a bunch of cleaning to the block. And, well, I'll just show you this quick first. So, of course, I showed you our new cam bearings. They have a handy little ID position in the box for these. So, I'll just tell you real quick a couple things about this. Obviously, this is number 1. It says that's number 1 on the box here. I'll get it closer. I know this is number 1 by looking at it, but it also shows that's number 1 in the box. Number 1, as I was saying earlier, it's got 2 holes in it, right here. It's the only one in the small block Ford that's got 2 holes in it. You have to put these in the correct orientation. I think you'd probably have trouble putting them in the wrong place, but someone could screw that up somehow. So I'm just going to tell you, make sure they go in the right spot. You can measure them. You can measure the bores and measure these if you want. You can check this, but check this out once. So I can take my, what do we got, number 5? Number 5 here. And if I try and install it in number 1, it just falls right through. See, it's about 10 thousandths difference in size, each one of these bearings. So you'd probably have a hard time screwing that up. See, even that right there? Number 5 won't even go in number 4. So we'll just go ahead and take these, and we'll start by putting them in number 5 so that we can line it up better. So I'm going to take the number 5 bearing, and I'll show you this also, what I did here. One second, guys. Bear with me. All right. So something I did here is, remember I was saying that the number 1 has 2 holes? So I just marked them on here to show you guys that there's the 2 holes, and you can see that they line up right here. One's going to go over here, and one's going to go over here. And I just put a mark. Can you even see that? Oh yeah, there it is, way down in there. I just put a mark where every hole is. There it is. Every oiling gallery for the cam bearing, just to make it easier to orientate, because it's not exactly in the center. But these are slotted quite a ways to help you with that. Alright, let's put number 1 back. Put you guys back up in here. Alright. There we go. And we are going to continue with our installation tool just like we did before. So we will go ahead and we will carefully slide the tool up through here. And then we're going to take our number 5 and carefully put it over the tool. And then I'm going to go ahead and snug that up. And there's my mark for that. There we go. Tighten it up some more. Alright, looks pretty good. So now, just like we did before, put that up in there where it goes. Use our aligning cone and hold that up in there nice and tight. Make sure we're careful here with this. Hold everything nice and snug so you aren't screwing anything up. And let's go to town. Like to pound it in too hard, small increments, and then you can go ahead and Look down the hole. Looks like it could go a little bit more. So you can look down your oil gallery and you can see how lined up that slot is with the hole. I'd feel better with just a little bit more in there. So go ahead and get that in place again. Just give it a little more love. Alright, so check that out. That looks pretty good. And if you did it right, you shouldn't have screwed anything up. Looks good, it feels great. There it is, number 5 in the books. Now you have to loosen this up so you can back it off to the next one because it's a smaller hole. You can take number 4. Someone might complain that I'm not putting any lube on these. Well, I'd rather not any lube be underneath it when I'm putting it in. I want it to be as tight fit as possible. Snug that up. There it is. Align it with my mark. Hold everything nice and snug. Looks pretty good there. Slam her into place. That looks pretty close. A little bit more wouldn't hurt. We'll snug that up a little bit. Pull my lighting cone and give her just a little more. There. And it probably will have a little more resistance once you hit that taper right there. Yep, that's perfect. Alright guys. So I don't think I need to go ahead and show you every single one, but I went and did a couple of them for you so I could show you the procedure and how to do it. You guys can do this at home, save yourself some money, and of course you can feel better about doing the work yourself. Alright guys, I will put some of these parts in the link in the description for these parts. Sorry about that. So if you guys want to see any of that, go ahead and stop in there and check it out. And remember to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, you guys keep wrenching, keep racing, keep having fun. Later.